There's so much I want to talk about. There is so much I want to talk about. But the way these algorithms punish me for talking about certain things, these algorithms are not ready at all. Because the things that I get flagged for on these apps are just barely touching the tip of the iceberg of the things that need to be talked about. Because if you start to see how this world, this universe, this realm works, man, sometimes you will shake, like literally shake. And if you're not strong, if you're not someone who's like who has a genuine raw spiritual footing foundation, that might throw you off because you come to see the matrix for what it truly is. And even at that, what you think you see is just a tiny drop that you can handle, but it's just you're not used to it. Your body's not used to it, and your body is trying to desperately catch up to what your mind perceives and is reacting to it. And sometimes you shed tears, sometimes you break out, sometimes you literally shake, sometimes like you're just standing there like a crazy person, just completely lost. So much I want to talk about, man. And I pray to God Almighty I pray to God Almighty that I am successful enough to have my own platform, my own group, my own a group of real community, real genuine community of people who see the truth as to what I'm talking about. People who are not cliche with it, because I'm used to having these kind of conversations with people who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but they just agree because they want to sound smart, and you can smell their phoniness from miles away. But we still give those people grace. But I'm talking about people who truly see the depth beyond this illusion. For example, have you ever wondered, to all my Christians, have you ever wondered, why did God cast the demons or the fallen angels into earth specifically? Have you ever wondered that? Like, why would God do that to us and cast these demons into earth specifically? That's because of the nature of this place, the nature of this reality. This reality is not a real place. This is why in Genesis, when God created this realm, God cut this realm off from the rest of the noumena. In Genesis, it's called the vault. I think in New International Version, it's called the vault. God cut this place off. This is supposed to be a place where our souls journey to temporarily. Think about it as a vacation spot. You're not supposed to be here permanently. You're supposed to get here, learn whatever it is you need to learn, and get out. But those fallen angels, they wanted to be like God. They wanted infinite power, unstoppable, infinite, uncomparable power. And this is the only place that they can do that. This is the only place because this place is not real. This is not a real place. Makes you start wondering in this realm, when you see people who seem to have infinite power, people who seem to have real raw power, and y'all know power in this realm equals money, it starts to click. It starts to click because the more money you have in this world, the more like God you are in this world. Because that's what they wanted in the realm where they were before they got cast down here. They wanted to be like God. And this is the only realm where they can try to be like God because this place is not real. So therefore, infinite power is manifested here in form of riches. And I mean uber fucking wealthy because it's not about the money. It's about power. Power in the mind. These games that these people play, or more like these things play. We say mind over matter because mind is way more superior, way more important than matter, physical matter. In your mind, that is where you create the physical matter. What you perceive in the physical reality is a reflection of what you believe in your mind. So these people, what makes them rich is not their pursuit of money. No. What makes them rich is the pursuit of power in their mind. And these people are very, very, very intelligent beings. They're high on IQ. If you remember the episode that I did before, the more IQ you have in this world, the more rich you become in this world. The more EQ you have, more than IQ though, the less likely you will live long in this world. But I've explained that in the other video. Go check it out. However, if you want to maximize your being in this place as a human being occupying space and time, you must have a balance of both of them. These people have no EQ whatsoever, and this is not a coincidence. Again, humans created by God have both IQ and EQ. In science, it's called emotion and logic. Your brains have both receptors. And both of them have to be in balance in order for you to maximize your stay in this world. But these creatures that appear like humans have no EQ whatsoever. EQ is empathy. EQ is emotional intelligence. EQ, emotional intelligence, is just one of the words that it's called. It's EQ, it's emotional intelligence, it's empathy, it's love, it is Christ. It is love, the oneness of all. This is the thing that joins us with the oneness of everything in the entire universe. And I broke this down as to how emotional intelligence equals intellect on YouTube. Check it out, and also on here. And what is within that EQ package? What is within that EQ package is humility. Humility. So within that EQ package, humility is missing in these things because they don't understand what humility is. They don't even understand what EQ is. They have no idea what that is. And I'm not even joking. This is equivalent to you trying to imagine a color that you've never seen before. You cannot imagine a color that you've never seen before, but you can see people who claim to see that color, but you cannot imagine it. So therefore, it's not part of your reality. Same thing too with those people. Now, the medical diagnosis for these people are psychopaths. Psychopaths are people who are born with part of their brains missing. They're not able to feel emotions like everybody else. And the reason why they're not able to feel emotions like everybody else in this realm is because that part of their brain is missing. And the reason why that part of their brain is missing in this realm is because everything you see in this realm is a shadow being cast from something else. So this is a copy of the real thing. So you cannot manifest something in this realm when there's nothing to cast that thing in the spiritual realm. So that's why when they're born, that part of their brain is empty. Because from the realm, from the real realm, the noumenal realm, the spiritual realm, they have no EQ. They have no emotions. They have no empathy. They have no Christ. They have no humility to understand that they cannot be like God. Only God can be like God. This is indicative of their fallen nature. So we call them psychopaths in this realm. But these things are very intelligent, high on IQ, and they have designed systems, perverse systems, to lead the Son of Man astray. And I call these systems perverse because of how much they reek of apathy. Not empathy, but apathy. Remember, empathy is God within. Empathy is Christ, EQ, emotional intelligence. But these psychopaths have created systems of power that reek of apathy to keep us divided further away from God. The biggest one, the biggest perversion today is capitalism, which is driving us further away from God within. This is why the Bible said that it's easier for a big camel to go through the eye of the needle than for a rich person in this world to make it to heaven. And even today, we see the effects of the perversity of capitalism on us when it comes to mental health crisis, depression, anxiety, all kinds of things as a result of being further away from God, going against our nature of empathy and embracing something that is very perverse like apathy. We see the effects of that. And these powerful beings have also created systems of vices to keep you pacified so that you do not sit still and recognize that you are in pain and perpetuating your own pain, aka suffering, aka hell. This is why the Bible says that hell is eternal. It's a loop of perversion that these creatures, these powerful beings who want to be like God, have infested us with. So when you see these things wrong with this world, when it comes to patriarchy, the perversion of patriarchy, white supremacy, homophobia, all the phobias and isms out here, even though we in our stillness can see that the display of those qualities is actually lack of intellect itself. When the average human being is being racist, that's because that person is actually not very smart. And these things understand the human nature, and that's why they prey on the human nature by creating systems to perpetuate that emptiness. This shit goes deep. It goes deep. If you know, you know. And that is just the beginning, the tip of the fucking iceberg. And I'm going to just stop right now, chat, because I know they're always watching me. You may not believe me, but they're watching. If you know, you know. Chat. Yeah, I better stay prayed up. Yeah, I better stay prayed up, because when I tell you what we are dealing with is powers and principalities in higher places, not flesh and blood. You be a damn fool if you really think that everybody who has skin, who has eyes, who has nose, who has face, who has a physical form is literally human. That'd be a damn lie. You be a damn fool. Because when I tell you, man, when I tell you, Uche, peace and love.